One of the hardest things I experienced after separation wasn't what most people think. It wasn't the paperwork. It wasn't the logistics. It wasn't even the uncertainty about the future. It was loneliness, and I don't think enough people talk about it. When people hear the word loneliness, they often think it means being physically alone. But that's not the kind of loneliness I'm talking about. I'm talking about the loneliness that can exist even when you're surrounded by people. The loneliness that comes from losing familiarity, losing routine, losing the life you knew, losing the person you used to talk to every day. For years, my life had a certain rhythm. I knew what tomorrow would look like. I knew what next week would look like. I knew what my role was. Then suddenly, everything changed, and nobody really prepares you for that. Nobody tells you how quiet life can become. Nobody tells you how loud your thoughts can become. Nobody tells you how much time you can spend replaying conversations in your mind, or questioning decisions, or wondering how you got here. I remember days when I felt disconnected from everyone, not because people didn't care, but because I didn't know how to explain what I was feeling. How do you explain the feeling of losing a version of your life? How do you explain the feeling of rebuilding an identity you thought was already established? How do you explain the feeling of looking at your future and no longer recognizing it? You don't. Most of the time you keep it to yourself. And that's what makes loneliness dangerous. It convinces you that you're the only one struggling. It convinces you that nobody understands. It convinces you that nobody else has walked this road. But that's simply not true. One thing I've learned is that many people are carrying battles nobody can see. People smile. People go to work. People post on social media. People look fine. Meanwhile, they're trying to hold themselves together. I know because I've been there. There were moments when I felt isolated, moments when I felt misunderstood, moments when I questioned whether life would ever feel normal again. But something interesting happened. The more I accepted what I was feeling, the less power it had over me. I stopped pretending I was okay when I wasn't. I stopped trying to rush my healing. I stopped comparing my journey to other people's journeys. And slowly I began reconnecting with life. Not all at once, little by little, through conversations, through my children, through work, through new goals, through purpose, and perhaps most importantly, through hope. Because loneliness tells you that things will never get better. Hope tells you that they can. Loneliness tells you that this season is permanent. Hope reminds you that seasons change. Loneliness tells you to withdraw. Hope encourages you to take one more step forward. Looking back, I realized something important. The loneliness wasn't trying to destroy me. It was trying to teach me. It taught me that I needed to rebuild my relationship with myself. It taught me that my identity couldn't be based entirely on one role or one chapter of life. It taught me that resilience isn't about never feeling pain. It's about continuing to move forward despite it. Today, I still have difficult days. I still have moments of reflection. I still think about the past sometimes, but I'm no longer trapped there. I've learned to appreciate where I am while building where I'm going. And if you're listening to this and you're feeling lonely right now, I want to tell you something. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are simply walking through a difficult season, a season that many people have walked before you, and a season that you can survive. You don't need to have all the answers today. You don't need to know exactly how your future will unfold. You don't need to rebuild your entire life this week. You only need to keep moving, one day at a time, one conversation at a time, one step at a time, because eventually the same road that feels lonely today can lead you to a completely different future, a future you cannot yet see, a future that begins with one simple decision: to keep going. Thank you for listening. And if you're navigating your own chapter 2, remember this: loneliness may be part of the journey, but it does not have to be the destination. Your story isn't over.